Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another bump date for you guys, and I am a couple weeks behind. So I am currently 17 weeks and 2 days pregnant. So I'm going to give like a quick recap over weeks 15 and 16. I will go one by one individually and then we will look at my bump. So by week 15, baby was as big as a navel orange, weighing at roughly 2.5 ounces and measuring at about 4.02 inches long. By week 15, it is said that baby is squirming around a lot, which I could definitely vouch for because I have my fetal Doppler here, and every time I use it, this baby is just going nuts. Like, doesn't sit still. I can't keep hold of the heartbeat. It's crazy. Baby could possibly be hiccuping, though I wouldn't feel it. Baby's proportions are becoming more normal by week 15. It is said that at this point your energy levels might be rising, and I have to say, for me personally, that is iffy. It is possible to have more gas, heartburn, and indigestion for mommy by week 15. By week 15 is when you might notice some dental changes. Your gums become sensitive, even swollen, and that's as far as facts from my app. So as far as personal experience, week 15, I had a major craving for Domino's pizza, which I gave into right away. I did not let that one slide. By week 15, I still hadn't gained any more weight anyway. Between conception and week 14, I had only gained a pound, and between week 14 and 15, I didn't gain any more so far. I was tired to a point where if I laid down during the day, I could probably fall asleep, but unfortunately at night I was having trouble falling asleep and definitely staying asleep. Between having to pee and any time I had to wake up, if my son made a noise or whatever the case was, it was very hard for me to fall back asleep. I actually have come to a point in this pregnancy with my sleep being as off as it's been. I watch ASMR videos to go to sleep. It works, but I like kind of have no choice. It's like that, or I just lay awake or lay with my eyes shut, like waiting to fall asleep. By week 15 as well, I started to feel hunger again. I hadn't felt hunger in a very long time. I would just feel nauseous if I was hungry, and once that even subsided, I wasn't feeling much of anything, just no appetite, not feeling actual hunger. By week 15, I actually started to feel hungry when my belly was empty. So jumping into week 16, by week 16, baby is big as an avocado, measuring about 4.6 inches long and weighing about 3.5 ounces. Bones start to form in baby's ears, which means that they are able to hear you by week 16, which is really cool. Baby's growing hair and lashes and eyebrows, as well as taste buds. It is said by week 16, it is possible to start feeling some fluttering. I, with this baby, felt the same as I did with my son Maverick at about week 16, and I never felt flutters per se. I literally felt when the baby kicked, but it's obviously not like when they're bigger. It honestly felt like a flick from the inside. It was just a quick from the inside, but no, I didn't feel any fluttering by week 16, but I did feel that flick. At this point as well, it's said that it could be mistaken as like a gas bubble or a bowel movement that you think is what that is, and it actually is baby. By this point, it is said that your hair and nails start to go quicker. I will say my hair has honestly been growing quick since becoming pregnant in general. I'm not gonna say that's given to the prenatals. I have been taking prenatals for the past, oh my gosh, over 4 years now, and that definitely did not change the speed of growth in my hair and nails. However, since becoming pregnant in general, my hair and nails have been growing quicker. My nails, I'm embarrassed to show you guys this. This is like maybe just about 2 weeks, maybe just under 2 weeks of nail growth. Just really quickly. They're growing, obviously cracked and need to get done. Don't judge me, but I'm just showing you the speed of growth. Also, my hair, when I got it cut back in June, didn't even touch my shoulder. It didn't sit here, so it's grown roughly, I would say, about an inch to an inch and a half already in the last 2 months, which is really awesome. Definitely not related to prenatals though. Pregnancy, yes. It's also said that now your skin might look radiant, which I have to say my skin has definitely cleared up a lot. But it also depends on my diet. I have been really good so far with not eating things that are really bad, or I shouldn't say really bad, because I give into cravings here and there. I have been eating more carbs than I was pre-pregnancy. However, sugar, I'm not a big sugar fanatic anyway, but if I notice that if I go a few days straight, saying having like a dessert after dinner type thing, even if it's small, I will start to break out a little bit around my mouth. But if I'm not eating sweets and I'm continuing to wash my face twice a day with my normal Clean and Clear cleansers, my skin has been a lot clearer versus earlier in pregnancy. At this point for mommy, backaches are normal, possible, and for me, true. I didn't have backaches with my son. This one so far I have noticed that very dull, very low backaches here and there. Nothing crazy, but definitely there. Bigger boobs. Also true right now. I'm noticing that I don't wear bras. I don't like to wear bras. I haven't worn bras since I gave birth to my son. I wear just either bralettes or bandeaus, or even now that my boobs are getting bigger, I've been fitting into my, there's definitely still more room, but I have been fitting better into my old nursing bras, which is just like the sleeper ones. Really soft, really comfortable, no wires or anything. I've definitely noticed growth. Constipation is said to possibly come back at this point in pregnancy, and I have to say that did, I'm not going to say constipation, but I will say a lesser amount of times I'm in the bathroom, passing stool, has happened once again. So they say at 16 weeks it is also possible for a pregnancy brain to kick in, which no doctors or scientists or anything even know what causes this, but it is actually a true thing. And I have to say that is definitely the truth. I'm like really quick to just like forget something that I just said, or get halfway to a place and like forget why I'm going there. Not like in the car, but like if I'm walking from one room to another to get something. And pregnancy brain on top of mom brain, oh my gosh. It's also said to have dry, itchy, sensitive eyes, which I have noticed for me personally. I do have to take allergy medicine on a daily basis. I have seasonal allergies, which really means that I have allergies all year round. And depending on what points of the year I have to do daily or whatever, I am noticing that my eyes are becoming drier, especially first thing in the morning. And I know for a fact that has nothing to do with my allergies. So I'm assuming that's pregnancy related. And that glow that people talk about, which I guess the glow really just means the extra pump of blood flow and you start getting more color in your cheeks or whatever. I don't know. I'm wearing makeup today for the first time in a long time, so if I'm glowing, it's because of that. Okay, and for me personally, I have by 16 weeks gained another pound. So by 16 weeks I have gained 2 pounds in my pregnancy, which is super cool because by now it's common to gain between 5 and 10. By no means is this unhealthy. There has been no alarming concern from my doctor. I will just say this, my first time around gained 50 pounds with my son. I was not happy with it, and that enough getting pregnant this time around has been motivation for me to just be really conscious in what I'm eating. I also haven't really had a ton of cravings that I indulge in. The cravings that I do have are not anything really filled with sugar. Some carb heavier, like I said about the Domino's, but I feed it and then I let it go. I don't indulge, I don't overdo it. I just make sure my craving is satisfied and I go about the rest of my day following a healthier diet. I'm just making better choices. I'm also, where this didn't happen with Maverick's pregnancy, my son, chasing after a toddler. He was my firstborn. I had all the time in the world to relax and, you know, kind of take advantage of the fact that I was tired in pregnancy and I could just sit and relax. This time I really don't have that option. I rarely sit down at all throughout the day, and actually every single morning, 7 days a week, very rarely do we take days off, I am exercising for at least an hour a day. And as of right now, since I am able to do so with the weather, my exercise really just consists of walking through my development, which luckily for me is not just like a flat walk. We make sure we go up hills and, you know, make sure that there's some resistance and incline. And I sweat every single day for at least an hour a day. So I think that's really, really helping. And like I said, my doctors have not been alarmed by progressive weight gain. Baby's still healthy, I'm still healthy, I'll take it, I'm not complaining. Anyway, that was really long-winded. So at this point, the one thing I craved, which was weird, was a Pepsi. We were at my parents' the one night, and my parents had ordered Chinese food for all of us, and there's certain things that I just drink soda. I really don't like soda at all, but there's certain things I'll drink soda with, like pizza or Chinese food, and then that's pretty much it, really. And I had a tall glass of just like a can of Pepsi, and I filled the glass with ice, and then I put the Pepsi in and sipped on that with my dinner. And for some reason, for a few days following, that's all I could think about. I was like, wow, I could really go for another glass of Pepsi. Have not given into that one at all. So by week 16, I already mentioned this, but I'm passing stool less often. A little bit TMI. I know, guys, I'm gonna remind you every time, these are all gonna be TMI. I pass stool at least twice a day every day. I'm sorry, at least once a day every day, but a lot of times, more so than not, is it twice a day. And I'm kind of back down to once a day. Here and there I'll go twice a day, but it's not as regular as before pregnancy. Week 16 was an emotional one. Holy cow, it did not take a lot to get me to cry. I remember this happening with Maverick's pregnancy too. Like, I would watch a Pampers commercial and cry. Here we are. And with becoming emotional, I felt like I was having a hard time carrying my burdens. Obviously, nobody's perfect. None of us have perfect lives. Things happen. Things weigh on us, you know, differently. And I've always, for the most part, had a pretty good head about like dealing with those things, letting myself kind of go through whatever emotion I had to go through and then getting over it and moving on. And in particular week 16, I was finding it hard to move on from those feelings, and I would kind of gravitate more towards like holding on to what was either making me mad or sad, and burdens just felt like they were weighing super heavy, and I really couldn't like let it go. By week 16, I was feeling not quite as tired, so that was good. I definitely had more energy to just like keep going, take less breaks, you know, doing my daily thing and whatever, and kind of back to feeling less hungry. Not necessarily to the extent where like I don't have an appetite like I had talked about in, you know, previous weeks, but I just felt less hungry. I didn't need to eat as much to fill myself. It also seemingly took longer to feel hungry again between meals. I am not sure whether or not that has to do with like that was a new symptom in week 16, or the fact that I've been really adamant on trying to consume good amounts of protein, which I know keep you fuller longer. But either way, by week 16, that's kind of what happened. So that is pretty much it, guys. Like I said, today I am 17 weeks and 2 days pregnant, so I will show you my bump. How far along are you in your pregnancy? What are your symptoms like? Let's compare, leave comments, let's talk about it. How are you feeling? I'd love to know, and I'd also love to have you if you're new, so do not forget to subscribe. I will be posting all of my updates. Also, we find out in 3 weeks and 1 day what we're having. So you guys will find out in roughly 3 weeks and 2 to 3 days. So make sure to hit subscribe and you guys will find out what we are having. And I hope you're all enjoying your day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next one. Bye.